Hello everyone, TAC1421 here, and welcome to another episode of my Minecraft Hunger Games. And this one is extremely fun, and this was one of the first times I was using my new class, Stomper, and this class is very fun. You can get it for $3.50 now, and it's definitely worth it. It's so much fun. Go to mcpvp.com if you wish to play, and it has a list of all the servers and all that stuff. I've gotten a few questions on that, so just to clear out that. But this class, basically what it does is it transfers the falling damage from that you would normally take from falling to a player within 5 blocks of you. So basically what I did is I got a ton of dirt, and then I just built towers. And this was not my very first game that I played. This is probably my 10th or so, but it's kind of hit or miss with this class. But you can definitely win if you get the marbles in the right pack or whatever. But it's very fun. Definitely, it's entertaining if you're bored of the normal barbarian way to go. Just getting the sword at the very start and all that stuff. It's so much fun, and you'll see why in a few minutes. But just necessities. I need to make a sword, and you don't need to make a sword. Really, what all you really need to do is to just get dirt, basically, and then kill someone. And most likely they'll have a sword of some kind, unless they're just don't want to survive, or they might be doing the same thing as you or something. But under most circumstances, they will have a sword of some kind. So that's all you really need. The only reason I made it is because I had wood and there was no one near me, so I just decided to make it at the time. But as you can see here, I get down from my little base kind of thing up in the sky, and I see people underneath me. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get some pork first. So let's just jump across this thing, parkour, and fail. Boom. But another thing about this class is you only take 2 heart damage max. So that's very nice from each fall. So you can't die from a fall, which makes sense, but you do take 2 damage of hearts. So that kind of evens it out a little bit. And also, if someone's above you, it doesn't do as much damage. And if they're jumping in the air as you hit the ground, it doesn't do as much damage, which makes sense, kind of. But as you can see here, this guy notices me. I had no idea he was here, so I'm like, oh god, I need to get out of here. And he hits me off, but I'm like, oh gosh. Alright, so I only take 2 hearts damage because of the perk, Stomper. And then I barely get out of his reach. And I go to the very top of this crevice. And I'm like, okay, I'm determined to kill this guy. And this is why I love the class Stalker. Or not Stalker, oh my god. Stomper. Because of this clip right here. Just like, it's amazing. This class is just phenomenal. And get ready for awesomeness in 3, 2, 1, boom! Look at that. How amazing was that, everyone? That deserves a like right there. And if I do say so myself, that was a very, very epic kill. But look at all the items he had. Look at that. He had 4 things of iron ingots, and he had some rotten flesh. He had some other necessities of some sorts. A stone sword and stone pickaxe. But before I go back up top, I do decide to get some of the iron that's in this crevice, but I'm going to cut that part out and go show myself in my little fort above up in the sky. So I'll cut right here, and there we go. I put down my iron, what am I saying? I put down my furnaces to put my iron in, so I can get some iron ingots, and then I get some armor, and then the other one I use for food. They're offset. I didn't do that on purpose. I just kind of failed. But I'm like, okay, screw it, whatever. And so yeah, so I have a little tower up in the sky, which is a very, very good strategy for this class, because if you see anyone coming, you can just jump down and kill them. But yeah, this part of the episode, I'm primarily just healing myself up and making armor, and just using my furnace for the iron. And yeah, in a second here, I make a God, what do I make? Yeah, I make a iron sword which is extremely useful. And then I'm like, okay, we need a flour. Let's put down the flour. Yay, flour. And I get the cooked pork chop, and then I'm like, okay, we definitely need some coal, so I have some normal wood. And for those of you who do not know, because I didn't know this when I was very first starting off, well, I didn't have it to the game, but I didn't, what am I trying to say? When I very first started playing Minecraft, they didn't have this in the game, so I never knew about it. But then people are like, hey, Tech, you know, you can simply just put wood into a furnace and it makes coal. So I'm like, oh, cool, I'll do that. Um, so yeah, that's what I do. And then I have two things of seed. I have two seeds, so I'm like, okay, I might as well um, use the seeds to my advantage and just grow some crops there, even though it won't do anything because I need 3 to make bread, and 2 things of wheat are completely useless. But you know, I have it there. But right here, I do make my chest plate, which is very good. Chest plates give the most armor, for those of you who do not know. So if you are ever in a situation where you're like, okay, I have tons of iron, what should I make first? Besides a sword, make an iron chest plate, because that will protect you like crazy. And you'll probably survive some kind of fights just because you have that iron chest plate. But over here, you see that guy? He's just out of reach, so I can't get to him. But if I maybe would have seen him a little bit sooner, I could have towered out towards him and killed him. But I'm going to cut here again after I make my iron boots, and you'll see another. I start to make another kind of little pathway up top here, and I kind of made this as another tower, and I am again going to make some sticks, and then I'm going to make some stairs or some ladders so I can get up top there. And my game lags a little bit here, so it's kind of crazy when I try to make my ladders. It was kind of like pushing me back, but I make enough ladders. I make 18. It actually turns out that I was only 17 up, as you'll see in a second. But yep, just put the ladders up, and I had extreme difficulty because for some reason it was lagging like crazy, and I couldn't put my ladders down. But eventually I do get the job done. As you can see, this difficulty. There's nothing worse than lag when you're playing a Minecraft Hunger Games and you're fighting for survival and the game doesn't help you out. And yep, get to the top. One more to spare, so I throw it off the edge. I'm like, yay, cheers. And I reinforce my force field and my base. And I cut again here in a second. And you'll see I find these people that are trying to come near me and mess me up. And I'm like, I will have none of that, sir. So I make a kind of a pathway out here, and I try to cut them off as best as I can and kind of get on top of them. Because if I have the high grounds with this class, it's bad things for the other team and or other players. So there's 2 of them there, so I'm like, okay, they're teaming up, but it's okay, I can do this. And this is an extremely funny clip. I was playing next to Amp, as I said. He died at the very, very beginning. But we were cracking up over this. And I simply build a tower out. And they start to build like a little platform. And they're like, yay. And I'm like, I'm going to kill you. But you'll see it's funny. So we're building out here as they're building out, and they're building up. I think I can't really tell if they're building up or if they're just building straight. Yeah, they're building up. They're building a staircase for some odd reason. I don't know why they're building a staircase, but they are building a staircase, and it doesn't really make much sense why you'd want to build a staircase. It's kind of a waste of time. But nonetheless, they are building a staircase, and then I get over to them, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn here and go out in this direction now. And as you can see, now I'm kind of right on them, and I can easily just jump and kill them. But they are crouching. If you're crouching and you hit someone, if you hit someone with Stomper as someone's crouching, it doesn't do as much damage. So I This is why I play this kind of cautious. And I was debating whether or not I wanted to team up with them or not because they look like they have some good resources, and they say jump down, and I was debating whether to team up with them, but it didn't really seem like I can trust them. So I do give them a feather. It doesn't really work, but I try to gain their trust. I'm like, hey, I'm up here and we can team up and do cool stuff. But he says jump, so I'm like, okay, do you really want me to jump? And then I try to debate whether they actually know about the class or not because it just came out earlier that day. So I don't know if they want me to jump and then to kill me, or if they want me to jump so I can come down and be friends with them. But I do give them some feathers and stuff, and then I give them my sword. And I was like, maybe they'll be friends with me now because I gave them the most valuable thing that I have. And they're like, yay, now we can tickle you to death. So I'm like, okay, it's on. It is on, sir. So now, no more fun and games. Now I want to try to kill them. So I take out my sword here in a second. And as you can see, it's down to 18 players. So I take out my stone sword because I don't have an iron one anymore. But I don't really need anything because, as I said before, all you really need to do is jump on them, and then it pretty much kills them. So I kind of mess with them here in a second. I'm like, I come in peace, and just kind of gain their trust and backstab them because they're backstabbing me. But again, he says jump. I'm like, okay, if you want me to jump, I'll jump, sir. So I back up, wait for him to look down, and bam, you're dead, sir. And then that guy jumps off, and I grab my sword and put it on me. I'm like, Rambo status. And I jump down, and boom, kill that guy too. So that's very nice. But then I kind of mess around here and kind of get lost, and eventually some guy sneaks up behind me and kills me, which is unfortunate. I try to get away, and of course I fall in a little ditch. So yeah, it's really unfortunate. But anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. I will come out with more episodes in the future. Amp and I have a really, really good episode coming up, so look forward to that. And I'll see everyone later. Peace.